This case starts like a simple rent dispute, but quickly turns into a high-stakes courtroom battle over $12,600 in unpaid rent. One landlord says the tenant stopped paying completely, but the tenant? He claims there was a new deal, cutting rent almost in half. The problem? There's no written proof. Now it's a war of words, credibility, and legal responsibility. So who's telling the truth, and who's about to lose everything?
Is this a commercial residence?
Yes, it's a commercial property, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Echoes, what's going on? First of all, do you agree that your base monthly rent for this property is $31.50?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and why do you say that?
On November, he texted me to let me know that my lease had expired. So we had conversated back in August, and I told him that I'm probably gonna have to move, or could you lease me half of the property? Could you break the property up? And then he said, I really don't want to do that. So right before I made my November payment, I was late making it though, but I did make my November payment. I think I paid him like on the 17th or something like that.
This is a critical turning point. The tenant claims he paid November's rent, but when asked for proof, he has nothing to show. In court, that's a huge problem. Verbal claims don't carry much weight without evidence. The judge isn't saying he's lying, but legally, if you can't prove payment, it's treated as unpaid. This instantly weakens his position and shifts momentum toward the landlord. Always keep receipts, because in court, proof is everything.
Said that I can work with you. I'll lease you the back half of the property for $18.50. And I said, that's great. I said, because I had already found somewhere else that I was going to move to. And being that I had so much stuff to move, when he made the agreement for $18.50, the other person was going to reach to me for $1,500. But I called him and told him that, hey, I'm going to stay where I'm at. My landlord has said he's going to rent to me for the $18.50.
And did anybody put this $18.50 in writing?
No, it was a verbal agreement, which with 12 months, which I researched, 12 months or less, a verbal agreement is appropriate.
Well, that's if he agrees with it.
And so with my proof of that, when he said that he was going to break it up, I have one of my friends, well, he's not a friend, but I know him in the trucking company. He called me and said, hey, Jim called me and said that, asked me would I rent the other half of the property because he was renting you half. And he told him, well, I already got a lot in Laredo. And so I have a screenshot of the conversation that he called Mr. Jim.
Mr. Clark, did you agree to rent to him $18.50 a month?
No, ma'am.
You see how that works out?
Right. But so
This doesn't tell me anything, sir. Just tells me that the property could be divided because it wasn't able to be afforded. This
Right.
doesn't say nothing about $18.50. It doesn't say anything about anything.
okay, well, just ask him. I mean, remember we're on the oath. Ask him, did he agree to split the property up that let me rent the rear half of the property? Because I moved out of the property a part that I told him I was going to move out the front. I moved out the front. I told him to come pick up. I got screenshots of that on my phone that he was coming to pick the rent up on December the 5th. He came, and when I gave him the $18.50, he said that, no, you.
Now this is where things get intense. The tenant admits the landlord initially agreed to $1,850, but then suddenly backed out, saying he needed more money. The tenant calls this promissory estoppel, basically arguing he relied on that promise. But here's the issue. Without written confirmation or solid proof, the court can't enforce it. The judge focuses on one thing, what can actually be proven, not what was said privately. So even if the tenant feels wronged, legally, he's standing on very shaky ground.
Man, I said they call that's what they call and promissory estoppel. We made an agreement. We made an agreement, and I'm giving you the 1850. This is what you told me. He said, yeah, I know, but I changed my mind. Because he couldn't get that guy to rent it. He couldn't get that guy to do the half part of it. And then he said he needed money to pay his taxes because he was backlogged on his taxes.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Echoes, without something in writing, it's at 3150.
So I got a notice to vacate. So I told everybody that, you got to move out, because I was renting parking spots to other drivers. I was renting parking spots to them. So on the thing, it said me, myself, and all others to move out. So I told all of those people that, they need to move. I started moving myself. I moved I had already moved out of the main building where I told him, we had agreed that I was going to move out of. I had already moved out of that.
Okay. So, Mr. Echoes, is there anything you can do or offer them to become current?
Ma'am?
Is there anything you can offer him to become current?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, so this is where the twist came in. So I got hurt. I mean, I got hurt as I was moving my stuff. I hurt my back. But I still told everybody else they had to move. So if everybody else had to move, I would have talked to him and said, hey, I'm hurt myself. I can't finish moving. I need a little more time to get my stuff moved. But he told them to don't pay him. I'm evicting him. Don't pay him, but you can go ahead and stay there until I tell you to move. So to me, he was telling them to stay there to move. So those people still haven't moved yet because he told them they didn't have to move. But he on the thing it said that I had to get everybody to move. That was part of my thing. And I have screenshots of those things where I asked them, where I asked them to move their stuff.
Okay, that's between Mr. Clark and y'all. As far as Mr. Clark, what's going on with them not moving?
Your Honor, I really don't know what he's talking about. He's collecting $100 a month ever since November for every driver there. They're paying him. I don't even go over there because I'm trying to get my property back. I don't have anything to say to anybody. There's about 15 truck drivers there. Each individual truck driver pays him $100 a month, and they're doing it to this day. They're paying him money.
Okay, that's besides the point. So, Mr. Echoes, how quickly can you move out?
Ma'am?
How quickly can you move out?
I probably, because I'm on a doctor's care, I think I showed you a letter last week. I can't move anything right now. But I can try to be out by the end of the month with all of my stuff.
If I evict you, you've got 5 days.
Right. I don't have anybody. It's just me and my son. I don't have any relatives here or nothing like
So
that.
you're asking for to the end of the month to
Yes,
move
ma'am.
out. Are you going to pay him anything?
Ma'am?
Are you paying him anything?
I mean, if he's asking me, I actually, because of the agreement that we made, and he went back on the agreement. I mean, I thought we had an agreement. I was firm because, like I said, that's why I said it was a promissory estoppel, because I had a place that I could have moved. And when he came to me with the agreement that said that I could move, that I could go ahead and stay there and pay him the $1,850 a month.
Fortunately, I don't have any proof of that.
He knows. He said, "I can't believe he's a former police officer, and he's right there lying under oath." And I mean, I'm buffoon of that he's doing this right now. But I have proof. Like I said, I have proof where he's talked to the drivers. He's talked to those drivers. I haven't collected nothing from none of those people since then because I told them to move, but because he told them not to pay me. So,
Mr. Clark, are you willing to give him till the end of the month to move out?
Your Honor, he bounces checks on me. He's very difficult to get money. He hides from me. I can hardly collect. I do not want him on my property. I do not, the lease expired. I'm ready to clear out everybody and try to rent the property.
So, Mr. Echoes, he's not willing to give you any extra time. The only time I can give you is the 5 days. Right now, by your own testimony, you've already agreed that it was the 3150. At one point, y'all didn't come to an agreement. I said it's 3150 a month by your own testimony that he redacted it. So right now, I've asked you, you said you've paid November's rent. I've asked you for some proof. You can't provide it. So, right.
And here's a final blow. The judge rules in favor of the landlord for the full $12,600 and gives the tenant just 5 days to move out or appeal. This decision comes down to one key issue: lack of evidence. No receipt, no written agreement, no proof of reduced rent. The court sticks with the original lease terms. It's a harsh outcome, especially with a tenant dealing with injury and personal struggles, but legally, the ruling is clear. So what do you think? Was this fair? Or should verbal agreements carry more weight? If this case shocked you, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.
That's not the agreement that he
I
made.
have no proof of any agreement that was made. That's why we tell everybody, put it in writing. Nobody wants to listen. So this is where we're at now. I have no proof that it went down to 1850. By your own admission, he said, nope, I didn't want to do this deal anymore in December. You even admitted that just now.
No, I mean, I said that, but what I'm saying is when it's me, my word is my word. We made an agreement, and it is in the state of Texas, a verbal agreement.
If you can prove it.
A verbal agreement is legit.
I didn't say it wasn't. If you
Right.
can prove it, it's not being proven
And I
right now.
just, that's what I'm saying. He's lying about it, and
That's your opinion. I can't.
No, it's not my opinion. It's a fact. It's a truth, Your Honor.
Okay.
I mean, it's the truth, and I raised my right hand to tell the truth, and I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying to you. Not one second here. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. My mom is home
Sir,
right now
sir, that's
on
enough.
hospice, and I put that on my mother.
That's enough.
This is agreement that we made, that he came to me. He called me to come to my office to meet him, to tell me that I've worked this out. I'm going to do this for you. This is what I said, can we do 1750? He said, no, if I'm going to do it, it's going to be 1850. That was his exact words.
Mr. Clark?
He's a liar. Through it's lying as I never have seen a man lie so much in my life.
All right, judgment's been rendered. Everybody's got 5 days to move out or appeal it. Thank you.
How do I appeal?
If you want to appeal it, you can go up to the front. The clerks can give you some procedural questions. If you need some legal advice, flip around, and legal aid's out there as well.
Okay.
All right, y'all are free to go. Thank you. You've got 5 days to move out.
If he
or appeal.
appeals, well, how will I be notified, Your Honor?
Y'all both be notified through county court. County court will mail y'all something, and then they'll ask y'all to pay the court costs, and it'll be up to whoever pays the court costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.